Hello. Hi, welcome to my tea table. It's Friday night, and oh, here we go. Something happened. Man, I really thought that I lost my my screen. So we're good. We're at the beach today because we're talking about flow. I actually have some special guests here today, so hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll get to hang out with them for a bit as well. So yeah, every Friday night I come on and talk about how we can get on the path to live our best life. And today I want to focus on flow and the concept of flow state and what it can mean for our happiness. So we're at the beach today. I believe this is the Rosarito Beach. It's nice. It's like the sunset. And yeah, my friends are having a chat. What are you saying, Faith?
Said she's better at writing.
Who's better at writing?
This one.
Oh yeah? Norma, you're better at writing?
I would disagree.
That's good. So do you feel like when you're writing you're in flow state? Yep. That's good.
On a good day.
On a good day. So yeah, I'm gonna drink some tea and I want to talk about what is flow state and what it has to do with happiness. There's no viewers here. Faith, you're not even viewing. You're not even viewing.
I am. I'm on it.
My numbers are off. Faith is over here trying to troll me on Twitch in addition to in person as usual. Oh, pizza. Oh, there's 2 viewers. Okay, yeah. So the 2 in the room are viewing now. You know what I feel like it is? It's the music. This music is just, it's not, oh, thank you for the hearts, Blind. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Let's see. I guess that was the wrong word to put in here. So let's see. Yeah, this is going to be better, I think. The past one? You want? I've already long lost it. I've already long lost that song. This should be cool. This should be better. Yeah, that other one was intense. The other one was intense. Really? Nunchucks already? Faith, you wanna... We will graduate to the nunchucks. Flow now. Well, why don't you show us some flow? What flow do you want to share with everybody, Faith? Okay, yes. I can grant that wish for you. Troll is my flow. No, okay, so I think we're going to learn very soon why that is an incorrect statement you just made there. That flow does not count as a form of flow state. All right. I'll show off my tea. What type of tea should we drink, guys? What are you guys in the mood for? Green tea? Green tea it is. You guys are getting some green tea. I've got the party guy one out for you guys. So I can, you know, make the big amount for everybody. So yeah, I'm gonna brew up some this is called Moktu Chia. It's from Darjeeling. It is a beautiful green tea, handmade green tea. Purple White Joe. Oh, you want Purple White Joe? Well, that's expensive taste. That's also deeply buried in my sample storage. So we're gonna drink some of this Moktu Chia. Joe, how you doing, man? How you doing? It's Friday night, means talking about the best life, and today I'm talking about flow. I hope you can stick around for the conversation. I've got my party guy on because I have guests in the tea house tonight, so I want to make sure I have enough tea for everybody. What is that? Oh, you got some in your Gaiwan, Joe. Well, aren't you lucky? Yeah, my purple white is currently hidden well. Oh, it's snowing there? Oh, man. That sounds nice, you know? That sounds like nice and cozy. It's the start of a weekend. You can just, you know, kick back and cuddle up. Quite heavenly, Joe says. Awesome. Oh, Faith, you know about the purple white? What do you know about the purple white?
I researched it. I was researching types of tea. I wrote a paper.
You wrote a paper?
I wrote a paper for college.
About purple white tea?
Yep. Not about purple white tea, but the different types.
Yeah, because purple white tea is not very common. Like, at all.
I didn't even know it was a real tea. Is it real tea? Tell us about the purple tea. Purple white, purple white.
Yeah, so purple is a random genetic expression that happens when tea is germinated from seed. I don't know the exact odds of a, you know, tea plant becoming purple, but it's like a random expression. And it has different characteristics. It's got purple color, it's got different like chemical compounds in it. Some people say they're healthy, they have different health benefits to them, different flavor character to them. And in Yunnan, where they grow a lot of tea plants from seeds, you will find the wild purple tea plants. Expressed like that, yes, expressed purple. But you can take a clone of a purple expression and then clone them out, just like you can with any other genetic code. So a lot of companies and even whole growing regions, so like in Kenya, it's a trend among many growers and many tea production companies to propagate out these purple clonal plants and make purple tea from these. They just make standard black tea. It doesn't have the same health benefits and properties and quality that the purple white that Joe is talking about. So the white is the style of tea processed from the purple leaf. So white tea is like the least processed of all the types of teas. They just pluck it and then they dry it. They may apply a couple of very gentle processes on the leaf, but that's generally it. And so yeah, they just exclusively use the purple leaf to make white tea. Usually it's processed into black tea or shangpur. How clean that looks. What is that, Faith? Is that like a, it looks like a red, it's like a red old Greg. What is that? Is Eddie Murphy, really? That's funny. I can't see from this far away. I'm like, what is that? I guess that, is it like, is he like Mr., remember the movie where he was the nutty professor and he, is that who he is? Because like I seriously still even can't see. It's so small. It's so, can't see it. I'm sorry that I didn't identify it. Do you guys want some of this tea? You're welcome to come get a cup. Norma, if you want to bring your cup over, I'll fill it. Have some of this beautiful Darjeeling green tea. Oh, I can just fill that for you. Here you go. Clever. Norma is so smart. Take that to Faith because she doesn't have a teacup. What is that one? That one looks like a log with 3 eyes that's like running away from something. Is that what it is? Is exactly what it is? Yeah, this is like totally more in flow of what I was thinking when I searched the genre of music that took us where we went before. Flow music, exactly. Because we're talking about flow today. We'll drink some tea. We're gonna read an article about flow and happiness. Then if we're lucky, we'll see some flow on camera. If we're lucky. In-stream flow. I guess all streamers, especially like successful streamers, are all kind of in flow state. They're all in that lo-fi flow state. What is that? Is that Mad Hatter? Is that seriously Mad Hatter? That's a cool one. A tea with a lady in hats. So there's like a teacup and there's a lady in the hat. A tea with lady in hat. Or I guess the lady has the hat and the tea. Kind of looks like the Mad Hatter. That's cool. Whose emote is that?
I don't know.
Hey, Bitcoin. You want to say hi? It's random. You can talk. I mean, everybody knows you're here. I know you're trying to like ninja troll me through chat, but by the end of the stream, we have to figure out what Faith's flow is and get her to demonstrate her flow state for us.
Oh, I'm always in flow state usually.
What?
I live life in flow. That's what I aspire towards.
I don't think
Because I
so.
see you do that. You live life.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not all the time, but sometimes.
I've seen you flow in situations and I was like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I definitely flow. I definitely flow here and there, but not all the time, you know.
A lot.
I feel like I am constantly like in that like meditation mindset that's like required for flow, but not always in flow, you know. I think after I read this article, maybe your opinion will change.
Okay.
Because flow is something a little bit different. It's a little bit, It's a little more extreme. It's a little more pinpointed than just like.
Who wrote the article?
This is in Psychology Today, which is like a legit like academic.
Academic and flow.
Well, you know, academics are in flow. I mean, sometimes you see these scientists that are in the labs and they're doing like these detailed things and they're managing all these different things and the math that they're doing is like ridiculous and you're like, how that's like
true.
superhuman.
That's very true. You're
Those
right.
guys are in flow for sure. That's a flow thing for sure.
I don't feel like flow can be harnessed by an article.
No, this article's not going to harness it. It's just going to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't
See
know.
it. I'm interested. I want
You're
to
interested?
know.
You're ready? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Hungry Wolf is here. Yeah. Hungry Wolf and Moon Rabbit? So Hungry Wolf says the principle of Mujo. What is Mujo? Transcends in mutability within reality and our perceptions of it. And then Moon Rabbit says, do you ever notice some things take you out of flow more often than others or keep you in it? Well, I think the main thing, the first step to be in flow is to be present. That's required. You have to be present. And that's that meditative thing. Like when you kind of like melt your brain and what's going on and you're just like meditating. You're like just present. You're not thinking about anything. You're not...
Yeah, no fear.
Even if someone's talking to you or you're doing something that requires like a high amount of brain power, like you are not in your brain. You are just there. You know? So like that's always required. And so when you get out of that, then yeah, you're just gonna knock yourself out of flow as well. Like if you start getting into your head.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So drinking tea. You guys remember I'm selling tea, so.
See, teamwork can put you in flow too. You can be in flow.
Oh, for sure. Teamwork, definitely. Because it's the communication. Because communication is a very skillful thing to do. You know, and that to be vulnerable, so like vulnerability, which is kind of the key of very successful communication, is presence. It is just like having no other double thought in your mind or intention going on. I haven't even got to the article and we're already like talking all studious. Oh, so Hungry Wolf, you were in flow. I bet you were in flow. So cooks, chefs, you know when chefs are like in there just doing a million things, managing a million things at one time, it's like, how the heck? The whole kitchen, they all had to be like in that flow together as well. So Hungry Wolf said you had a good rhythm going earlier. Found a massive bargain on tri-tip. You got a crap load and did all the butchering yourself. Well, when's the barbecue? That's what I'm wondering. That's great, guys. We got someone to laugh at my dumb jokes. We got someone to laugh. Faith is here. She will come on. She's a little shy, but we are definitely going to make her demonstrate some form of flow before she leaves tonight. It's a big one, Faith. This tea is good. How do you guys like it? Oh, tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Saturday. Sunday is the big game. I ordered 2 family-sized pizzas from my favorite pizza place in town and a 12-pack of cannolis. That's what I plan to do for the Super Bowl. They're doing a special, so I was like, you can't pass that up. I might invite some friends over to help me, but probably not. I don't know. I'm sharing with my parents at least. But that's still gonna be a lot because it's like the big pizzas. It's 2 of the big pizzas and then 12 cannolis. I think I can only do like 2 cannolis at a time.
Yeah,
That's a lot too.
they're not deep.
They are. They're gorgeous though. Like freshly piped cannolis. Oh man.
Are you doing Grimaldis?
No, that's from Manzu, Pizza Manzu.
Oh.
It's like an upscale Sicilian style pizza spot. Like the pizzas are usually, those pizzas that I order, they're usually $39, but they're selling them for $20 on Sunday. So it's like, how do you not go? And they're like super decadent pizzas with like the very thin crust, and they do the sourdough starter that they use is like a unique one that's been passed down in their family and comes from like this certain place in Sicily.
And they're located on this side?
They're on Flamingo and Jones, where the Arby's is. You know the Nora's, the old Nora's, the classic Italian spot? So this is the old Nora's. They built a new Nora's in a separate building, and the son took over and he made that pizza spot. It's great. It's the best pizza in town. It's a little pricey, but it's really good. It's like a good sit down, you know, and eat a hearty pizza. Yeah, cannolis. Is there a place you can get cannolis, Hungry Wolf? Because like now that I put it in your head, you're gonna need to go get one. And like, there's cannolis, but usually they're not good. You know, like you got to get the ones that are like freshly fried, and like they don't pipe it until like right before you eat it. So that's the thing. I'm getting this dozen cannolis, and I'm gonna have to. I got like a time limit on them, but looking forward to it. Oh, Bitcoin. Nom nom nom. Yeah. All right, let's get Studious. I'm gonna go to Psychology Today for our education. You guys, don't worry. This is not heavy. I know I oftentimes bring the heavy stuff, but today it's light and it's cool. You know, we're gonna take our time. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. And we're talking about flow. So this is like an academic article, including like academic studies. So, you know, I think we can read this and get something from it. This is published from February 16th in 2015. Flow and happiness. But then they ask this question, it's kind of confusing. Yeah, let's get Studious. That's your trigger? Is that a trigger word for you, Faith? Oh, Moon Rabbit, the pizza place I'm talking about? Oh, Moon Rabbit, yeah, the pizza,
He's like, wait, hold up. Before we get Studious. Yes, no.
Man, so that's Monzu, M-O-N-Z-U, Monzu. And I think if you still put in your order by tomorrow, they'll look you up. They're closing at 3 p.m. on Sunday. It's pickup only, $20. I know it's expensive, but like it's a hearty pizza. I think there's like 8 pieces on each, and they're like hearty, stacked with like all these like premium ingredients. Nom nom, Monzu, pizza Monzu. And Are you guys passive aggressively trying to tell me that you don't want to get Studious? Is that what's going on? What did we talk about being aggressive last week? Wait. No. See, you guys made Hungry Wolf hungry for a pizza now. I'm gonna blame it on you guys, not on me. You know, had we gotten Studious earlier, Hungry Wolf would be in a very much different state right now, but...
He's like, I'm literally on here for Studious.
Thanks, Joe. And that's why I love you. That is why I love you. I'm literally only here for the studiousness. You're not here for the dancing? Jersey Boardwalk pizza. Is that There was a chicken in there.
It was a chicken.
It was a chicken. There was a rooster.
I love eating chicken, so.
Oh, and Bitcoin, is Bitcoin being beckoned? Is that what's going on? Bitcoin, come on, boy. Joe says he wants to say hi. Come on. But you'll have to do the dancing, Bitcoin. I have to get Studious. Yeah, Bitcoin's happy. He's eating good today.
I'm really delayed.
Are you really delayed?
I don't know, I might be really delayed because when I'm watching you here, you're just now putting Bitcoin on the TV.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah, there's a
So
delay.
I'm like really on it then.
Yeah, you're really on it.
I'm like a futuristic Twitch chat.
Yep, you are from the future. You really are. You're
Same thing's happening too.
If we're lucky, I mean, yeah, blind, you may be calling the future. That tagline, though, do you have to be an expert to be happy? Yeah. What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh yeah.
How do you not dance to this?
Dancing with pizza. That's a good one.
Oh my god, Hungry Wolf, that's such a good observation. Like everyone else I know that's amazing at what they do is riddled with angst and sadness, I know. But maybe it's because they're not in real flow. You know what I mean? Like, let's read this article and see what they mean by flow. I'm gonna turn down this music because, like, even at this volume, I'm just, like, wanting to dance. Alright. See? You hear the chicken?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it makes me eat something.
You want to eat some chicken? Bitcoin. That got his attention. He's like, I'll eat some chicken. Alright, years ago, Mahali, oh my goodness, here after MC, alright, it's MC, developed the concept of flow to describe a particular state of mind. This is from 1990. In a state of flow, a person is engaged in a challenging task, working away, making progress, while being fully absorbed. Activity and lack of self-consciousness are the key elements of flow. MC broke the concept down further, proposing 8 necessary and jointly sufficient criteria and features. Flow is when a person is engaged in a doable task, is able to focus, has a clear goal, receives immediate feedback, moves without worrying, has a sense of control, has suspended the sense of self, and has temporarily lost a sense of time. That's my favorite part of flow right there. This is a lot, and one wonders if experiences of flow are rare if so many conditions must be met. Hey Hien, thanks for coming by and saying hi. Happy Saturday to you. We're talking about flow.
You mean this?
Are you hearing this?
This is like didgeridoo, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds nice. Are you losing sense of time? You're flowing right now then. I mean, very well could be flowing, you know, when you're losing your sense of time. That's
That's the best part about it.
Crazy music. All right, so let's see these things. Engaged in a doable task. Okay.
Only doable.
I mean, that's
Might be
like-
impossible.
That's a pretty easy requirement to hit, right? Because what's the opposite of that? Impossible, like you said? Like,
Yeah, I guess it's always doable then. Nothing's impossible.
yeah. Is able to focus. Okay, so just drink more tea. That'll increase that right there. Has a clear goal. Okay, so that's more difficult challenge to overcome, but easy enough. Receives immediate feedback. What does that mean?
Huh. Like you're working on another level, and you know what you're doing, what sort of thing it does to everything around you immediately. Because your intent is pure or something. Yes.
So, Hungry Wolf, are you talking about that first requirement about a doable task? Because you say,
Flow through the pH.
yeah, something with clearly defined parameters. Nobody's gonna flow through their PhD. So that's about the first requirement that you're addressing there. I get it. Okay. So here's Joe's feedback. He says, get some sort of instant response from their work, like molding clay. Oh, is that what you mean by receives immediate feedback?
So you can't flow if you're a scientist then?
Yeah, you can.
Unless you're at the end of the trial. Or right after trial.
What are you talking about?
Well, there's different types of scientists, right?
Yeah.
So. You describe.
I don't know. I think it means that, like, as you're working and there's, like, you're agile. Like, you can respond to any type of feedback, be it, like, a physical feedback or, like, a limitation or, like, a hurdle or something. Like, those could all be kind of feedback, you know? Or even positive things could be feedback, and that you're, like, just, like, in it and just, like, you know what I mean? Like, accept it all as it comes and just, like, be agile with all of it.
Yeah, very
Like nothing's gonna throw you off that easily. Like,
Nothing will
like
throw
an
you off.
answer,
I see.
Like takes a little bit of a misstep, but can still make it work.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like that feeling, like you know, you got your pen hitting paper, or.
But how long can it last? And how long does it last for you?
I don't know. We're gonna get that. We're talking about we're talking about these.
How big can the feedback be?
Oh, I see.
Still complete?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, does
feedback.
that-
Some feedback you may be processing for like 20 years of your life, and that you're just constantly in a state of receiving it and just.
Because it's like a soldier's flow would be different than a flow with another person. Like they could have a bomb go off and still be resilient to that and continue. When another person is in a flow state, if a bomb went off, it would completely throw them off their flow state, I'm sure. Because they're dealing with different, yeah.
So Joe says, agreed. The feedback can be any type of response. It's your work reflecting back to you. I see.
Your work, your own work.
Yeah, and you hold space for that, and you're receiving that at all times while
So
you're in flow.
It's only your own work, though. It's not anything outside your work.
Yeah. All right, so then the next one is moves without worrying. I get that. That's pretty easy. Yeah. Has a sense of control. And has suspended the sense of self. So that's like that presence thing that I was talking about, right? And I feel like
Suspension of disbelief.
your sense of self is like gone during that moment, other than yourself being a piece of the operation that's going on.
The sense of borders that you may have if you weren't in flow state. Not your complete sense of self, because you're fully aware of yourself.
But this is just the sense of self. So this is not self. This is not selflessness. This is the sense of self. Suspended. So what is it? Suspended just means that you can like pull your sense of self away from it at any point and put yourself back in it. I guess. I don't know.
I think it's kind of like being the difference between a person being in flow and like flow. I know that's kind of getting a little mindy, but like you don't have self-awareness, you might not have self-consciousness, you might not think of yourself as doing something, you're just doing it.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
Yeah, you're just present. I feel like that's more connected to just being present.
See, I thought in flow you'd be fully aware of every action you take.
Oh, of course, yeah. That the focus. The focus is the second requirement. Sense of control is the sixth requirement. So yeah, of course, you are in control. You are like aware of everything, and you are in control. But at the same time, yourself as like an ego, as like a thing that needs things, that's out. And you're just I think so. I think that's what this is saying. Yeah. And then the last one has temporary loss of sense of time. That makes sense. Yeah, you just lose yourself in the time. All right, so we got it. I understand. Studiousness continue. Indeed, full-fledged experiences of flow must be rare. NC's theory is a theory of expertise. Theories of expertise became powerful and popular after Chase and Simon's groundbreaking studies of chess masters. Expert players are fully absorbed in their task, and their massive experience allows them to see patterns and moves. Like the Queen's Gambit. Did you see that show?
Oh.
Did you watch it, Norma? It was quite good. And then everybody got into chess right after that. And you know what? Now everybody's getting into poetry, which is really cool because of that woman at the inauguration. Like poetry books and poetry classes all have like shot up. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It means that you're gonna have like a more welcoming audience. So yeah, this work was from 1973. Their expertise has shaped their perception, and perception is highly automatic. The experts still have to do some hard thinking, but this work is done mainly in order to double check if their initial perceptions are correct. The psychology of experts has been studied in many domains other than chess. For example, physicians or musicians, from Erickson, Kramp, and Tesh Romer in 1993. What the experts have in common is that they operate actively in a rather well-defined and often narrow domain, and they receive frequent feedback of high quality. The experience of expertise looks very much like flow. Starting to get it?
Looks like flow, but it isn't.
Well, it can be flow. It can be flow.
But they use look in there, which means it imitates, right?
No, maybe it's like trying to say there's similarities. That there's similarities. Like they look similar, but they're different. Because you can experience flow from being an expert of something else. Even like serving tea. Like if a bunch of people, like when I'm hosting a party, I'm in flow and I feel it. Like I'm sure you've seen it when I'm organizing and managing a party when it's going on. It's like you're just making sure everything is happening, and you're not even thinking, like, and time just goes like this. Like I put on a party and I'm like, this party's gonna be 7 hours long, it's gonna take forever. And it's like 5 minutes goes by and it's like, I need to sit down. What just happened? Yeah. I think that's it. So Joe says one of the most basic examples of flow state is driving. Yeah, we all can feel flow, We've all had that experience where we completely lose ourselves and don't remember the details of the drive to our destination. We lose ourselves and enter a meditative state of focus. Flow only gets more and more artistic from there. So yeah, we can experience flow from more what's the word I'm looking for? Ubiquitous activities than just expert activities. But I think what they said in this last paragraph that makes it unique for like physicians and musicians, those expert type careers, is that they receive frequent and high quality feedback, and it's a part of their work. It's a part. And so, yeah, usually with your driving, you're not receiving frequent and high quality feedback, right? Or else we would all be great drivers. Oh man, we are so much bad drivers here in Vegas right now. It's special. I'm not going to say who it is because it's just lots of people.
I can be one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Faith, you definitely could be one.
I can be one.
That's funny. And the experience of flow very much looks like expertise, or at least the movement towards expertise. A popular graphic, the original flow chart, if you will. Dude, Psychology Today is a funny publication. They got jokes.
A flow chart.
You're just now getting it, babe.
I got it, but then I didn't believe it, and I was in suspension.
You thought that I was like improvising? I was improvising that joke in there?
Improvising a flow chart. Yeah, I look at it now. I see it looks like a square. That doesn't look right. A square with a hole in it. When the hole is flow, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. There's some gray area in between.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Joe says the feedback is making it to your destination safely. I guess so. But, like, what about when you cut people off? Or, like, when, you know, like, there's little things that we just do all the time. We don't get feedback on that. Or is that like the horn honking when they honk the horn and give you the finger? Is that like feedback?
I feel like there's a flow where you need to ignore feedback in order to continue sustained flow. Like if you were playing soccer and your defender is agitating you, if you were to give all your attention towards that, then yeah. So if you cut someone off and you give them attention, you need to ignore it.
Yeah.
In order to continue the flow of, driving and everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not healthy.
Yeah, it's not as high quality and frequent. I mean, I guess every time you make it to your destination, that's a positive feedback, yeah. But yeah, so Joe says it's not nearly as affirmative as the feedback a musician receives, but it's there nonetheless. Hungry Wolf says, oh yes, the horn, the finger, the yelling, all classic driving feedback. I try not to do it, but sometimes, you just have to. It's a favor to them,
That's why you wear your mask when you're driving.
Gives you so much more confidence to give good feedback.
Right, polite feedback.
Polite. I just throw Bitcoin on the window and he goes,
There you go.
Oh, you learned how to drive in the tri-state area? He's Hungry Wolf says it's a very Mad Maxy. You would like that, Faith.
Alright, just give me a motorcycle and I'll ride through it.
Yeah.
No fun.
All right. Well, speaking of pums, let's get back to this funny article.
Yeah, let's get back to the flow state diagram there. Difficulty skill.
Yeah, study it hard. Flow. Flow yourself into the flow chart. It shows challenge or task difficulty on the x-axis. So that's... the x is the difficulty. Low to high. And skill on the y-axis. Low to high. Oh, Bitcoin, you got it? The area of flow is depicted as a zone around the identity line. This is interesting. Above it, there is a boredom.
Why are you looking at me?
Because you're bored all the time.
Am I?
Yeah.
Oh, so, does that mean I'm in flow? Or is that
No, it means you're not in flow.
Oh, I'm difficult and bored? Oh my.
No, it means that if you're highly skilled and then you're doing a task that's not so difficult, like, you're not going to be challenged and motivated to, like, focus in and to, like, try to better yourself and take feedback and, you know what I mean?
Right. Because the feedback is not, what am I looking for?
You're not getting any feedback.
Right.
Other than, hey, great job. Hey,
Or-
dude, you did a good job.
I get it.
You'll get bored after a while. You'll feel like a big fish in a small pond. This is where the challenge is insufficient for the available skill, and below the flow area is the stress and anxiety. So that's whenever you bite off more than you can chew. You know, where the challenge outpaces the skill. Flow then is also a theory of learning, kind of like Vygotsky's zone of proximal development from 1978. So yeah, we want to stay in this flow state. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do the most challenging task, but you need to like match your task with your skill level. You know, so like I considered myself in flow state with surfing, you know, and the only way it gets fun is if you like constantly challenge yourself to do more and more, but then at the same time not do too much. You know, you push yourself too hard and put yourself in a dangerous situation, and then you get bad wipeout, and then you never want to surf again, you know? It's not good. Huh, Biddy? What puts you in flow state, boy? He's bored. He's bored all the time. He's too skilled for any task. That's why he's always bored. The only task that puts him in flow state is doing ASMR. All right, sit boy. Sit boy.
Yeah, he's good at that. ASMR. Sleeping. Sleeping ASMR.
Yeah, that was his flow state. You saw Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's performed his flow state for us. Have you thought about yours, Faith? Are you getting any closer to figuring out what flow state you're going to show us?
Well, my flow state, I think, would be behind the scenes. With maybe one or two individuals involved. I mean, maybe that sounds wrong. Yes. But it's just I don't have a sense of self. Perhaps I'm in flow state a very regular time and I'm completely unaware that I'm just flowing it out, you know what I mean? I mean, riding a motorcycle between lanes. Perhaps.
Yeah.
Flow, you're fearless.
Mm-hmm.
It takes somewhat of skill, and I guess you need to be in flow to be that way if you're going fast.
I see. All right, so we got the chart. We understand the flow chart now, right?
So if you want me to get a motorcycle in her, then
Yeah, bring the motorcycle. Would you guys like to see Faith on a motorcycle on stream?
maybe I could try to type really fast. I guess you got to be in flow to type fast. Yeah. Right? I mean, come on. Research fast.
Yeah. People that write and type or transcribe, they're definitely in flow.
Yeah, the people in the court system.
Yeah, exactly. They have to be in flow to fucking keep up with that shit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or if you're like a rap artist, like roadie, sign language translator.
Oh boy. You gotta keep your fingers nimble.
Yeah, I've seen a video. I've seen some like viral videos of like the girl like keeping up with the rapper. It's funny.
Perhaps I haven't looked at the definition of flow, so I'm so glad that we're studying.
Yeah, we're studying it, you know, because it's like we all talk about flow, like, hey, let's get in the flow, guys, and it's like, well, like, yeah, let's do it. Let's know how to. How did the theory of flow become a theory of happiness? Few claim that experts are happy. Right? Who said that? Hungry Wolf. You said that, right?
Yeah.
Experts may be respected and perhaps wealthy, but happy? If flow is related to expertise, and if expertise is not, or only weakly related to happiness, why would flow be related to happiness?
I think it said activity was involved with flow, and then it also said that flow looks similar to expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So you can be an expert at something,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't. It doesn't mean you're necessarily in a flow state, but you still have the, experience, and you're an expert
Mm-hmm.
in a studied way,
Yeah.
and you can bring the information.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean you're enjoying yourself. Doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You
That's
have to have passion with flow too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and Joe wants us to define expertise. So in this article, Joe, I think they're talking about expertise as like expertise-oriented careers. So like doctors or musicians, people that are like honing in their craft and becoming better and better at something and like focus in on one thing. But the article is also trying to say that like all experts can be in flow, but not all experts are in flow. I think that's kind of the output that we're supposed to get out of this. MC himself seems not too happy with the idea that his theory of flow has been taken to be a theory of happiness. Yet there are points of contact. MC reports that the loss of self-consciousness is critical for the experience of flow. This means that while a person is in a state of flow, for example, on the dance floor performing an intricate move, this person cannot be asked and cannot report on her state of mind. MC is among the pioneers of the experience sampling method, which opens windows into people's states as they occur, but the state of flow, by definition, does not allow it. Reports of what it feels like are retrospective. Some people may not be able to say anything at all about how they felt while in flow. All they know is that they are feeling terrific now when looking back at what they have so expertly accomplished. If so, flow is not a component of happiness, but rather a cause of it. Joe, you know a lot of doctors and musicians that aren't experts? Well, then they probably wouldn't, like, qualify for this. It's like surgeons, like a surgeon would be an expert. Because, yeah, if you're a surgeon, you've got to be good. You can't, you'll get fired. They'll move you out if you're not good. What? What? Are you flowing? His beg state. When he's begging, he's flow state. For somehow he makes it challenging. It's like that's why he's like trying to beg in more unique situations where it's going to be harder for him to get a treat. Yeah, I don't know, Joe. So, Joe, you said expertise is a title given by a layman to those who are fluent in certain skill. The word just doesn't really say much to me. Yeah, I don't think this use here, like, I guess this is just like a generalized term of an expert, like somebody who has an expertise in something on whatever definition. Like, it may seem like they are meeting a bunch of the requirements of being in flow, but really they're not. Oh, Bitcoin.
Well, it might seem like also like how in like going back to the chart, it's like on one axis it was expertise and on or difficulty, which I kind of would say might be you have to have a certain level of expertise to get that, ease in doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, the challenge that you find with it. And to me, it kind of makes sense that they would correlate because if they're defining flow as you're not in the bored section and you're not in the anxious section,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably more likely to be happy or
Yeah, so flow is not like you can only do expert level things to be flow. Like, you could figure out how to brush your teeth in flow. I don't know. Maybe you could figure out how to breathe in flow or whatever activity you're doing.
Oh, so flow is like being automatic.
Yeah, being automatic.
It kind of reminds me again of like the driving example. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I would say like when you do autopilot and you just feel like, I don't even know how to get there, like that might be in the boredom category, you know, or like when you're overly anxious about, you know, run into some crazy drivers or get cut off, or then you're in the anxious section. But like me, when I feel flow when I'm driving, it's like I hit all the green lights. Either listening to silence or my favorite song or a good song, or you know, it just feels good. That's would be the immediate feedback that I get, like that gratification. Yeah, that just feels good. And like all is well with the world.
I think that's it. Jim says flow sounds more like experiencing the Tao. One can experience it but cannot explain it. Yeah, for real. And it's like meditating.
That's why I was wondering why there's a paper written on it.
You think that's like presumptuous to like write a paper about flow? I mean, I'm sure the scientists that were doing their work experienced flow at some point or another in their like lit reviews or whatever work they were doing. Joe, that's the way. Yep. It's interesting. He says, interesting. I feel like this is implying that if you know too much about a subject, you are then prevented from entering a flow state through it. Yes, it's true. And so that's why you have to constantly be like pushing yourself into more and more challenging situations.
That's so real. If you know too much about it. Because you said if you're an expert, you get fired or whatever. What if they know too much and they miss their flow and it's not challenging anymore? So it's
well then they'll be going through their own personal conflict because they'll be bored.
Exactly.
And you know that may cause other issues in your life, which I think a lot of people are suffering from. A lot of people in modern society are suffering with this sadness through this like infinite amount of boredom because
that's why they're all lo-fi now.
Yeah, that's why all the streamers are listening to lo-fi now.
That's my opinion.
The views and opinions expressed by Faith are not held by T-Let, but we also do not listen to lo-fi music. The flow music. Yeah, we're listening to some pretty tepid music today. No, but this is cool. I like this. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. You wanna dance, Bitcoin? A what? A nice car? Oh, that's an ad, yeah. Would you rather look at the flow chart? You guys need some more tea? Of course you do. Come on. We got to get ourselves in flow state. All of us have to demonstrate flow by the end of the night. As usual. So yeah, boredom is we can make that as a goal to be less bored, right? If you ever find yourself bored, do something about it. So if you guys ever get bored on my stream, you better speak up fast because none of that around here. No boredom. No boredom in this tea house. Squirrel! How could you be bored with music like this, though? Bitcoin showed his flow with his chicharron. The jaw harp? Is that a jaw harp? I don't know how to play a jaw harp. I don't know why I moved my jaw. You like would not want to move your jaw with the jaw harp, right? It's just like.
Yeah, probably.
But you can like make the tone. You can make the tone with your mouth, right? Like.
Oh yeah, you go. Like fish style.
Fish swimming.
I guess Dory was just in a constant state of flow offshore.
Dory?
Yeah, and Finding Nemo.
Oh.
No track of time. Losing memory.
No sense of self.
What is she doing?
You know, and she was a little special needs, so I'm sure every task she did, you know, like required her to focus really hard and. I haven't watched that movie in forever.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one. Bitcoin, we should watch it. Cuddle up and watch it, huh,
Beautiful.
boy?
Has a lot of nice colors in
Jim says Bitcoin works his skill set to get you very difficult set of tasks to have you give him his next treat. All right, Jim. For that funny, Bitcoin gets a treat. No, but you have to, you know, let him hear it. Let him hear how happy you are.
Well, I can hear that.
All right, we can get back. Let's get back to work, guys. Let's get back to work. Friday night, we gotta work. We gotta work. We gotta get studious.
Flow is not work, though.
It can be work.
But it doesn't feel like work when you're in.
Oh yeah, because you lose track of everything.
You
It
can do
just
so
feels
much
like
work
awesome. Yeah.
In flow, and it's
Mhm.
like this isn't work at all. This is, yeah.
Jim says, glad I can give him an assist. That's what I'm gonna do, you know. And Jim, like once I do start doing affiliate and turn all that stuff on, the subscriptions and the bits, I'm gonna have Bitcoin control the bits. And that's how you'll be able to assist him on treats or cuddles or anything that you feel Bitcoin needs, you know. It's fun that way. Yet it is difficult to dismiss flow as part of the happiness story. One way to see flow in terms of happiness is to place it in the tradition of the Stoics, who taught that happiness is found in the active engagement with the world. Nietzsche and Russell had similar ideas.
I feel like active engagement is understanding.
Mm-hmm. At the limit, flow flirts with the fanatical and the obsessive. Reinhold Messner is the greatest mountaineer of all time. He climbed Mount Everest without bringing oxygen, and then he did it again among many other feats. I suspect that he sought and found flow, but he paid a price. He lost toes to frostbite, and we can only speculate about other opportunity costs. Perhaps it is best to be fanatical in moderation.
Nope.
Nope.
Only frostbite, that's alright.
MC argues persuasively that the benefits of flow outweigh the risks. For one, flow does not only tranquilize the ego, it thereby only avoids the happiness-reducing effects of habituation, invidious social comparisons, and unrealistic expectations. Those are three, the first two. Habituation, I guess that's like just habits, like rituals and habits. The rewards of flow, MC writes, are open-ended and inexhaustible. Perhaps most importantly, flow keeps the mind firmly on task and thereby neutralizes any instrumental or material mindset. An engineer in a flow state is consumed by the solvable problem she faces, not by thoughts of the money the patent might bring, or worse yet, thoughts of fame. So I think that's why a lot of people who are experts that we might know as experts may not be in flow because, their ego.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what breaks the flow.
Yeah, it's your ego.
But it's a feedback, and that can break someone else's flow. I feel like we should have a greater flow to break through other egos. For sure. Depends how good your flow is, right? They can't even have a big ego in flow.
No, because you could have a big ego, but it's not there in that moment. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like even if like let's say like a plastic surgeon, I always have this like stereotype of like a plastic surgeon. Like when they're in their moment doing their thing, like they are probably in flow in that moment. Like, and it may be a very short period of time. Like they've done it so many times they can do that. But the second they get out of that, and then life is about business and it's about, this fast life and appearances and all these things, then that's why from the outside it may be easy to judge that as like, oh, this person's not in flow, is not egoless. They could have a huge ego. But in that moment, when they're cutting the skin and doing the things that they're doing, like, they've got to be in flow.
Kind of like Doctor Strange. Have you watched that?
Doctor Strange? No, I haven't. Is it a doctor
he's
that...
a surgeon that's really good at what he does.
Uh-huh.
And he has a gigantic ego.
Uh-huh.
And he's so good at it, he only picks the certain types of surgeries he wants to do that give him enough challenge.
Yep.
And he ends up ruining his hands. So it makes him go on a complete journey towards, finding himself. Because after he ruins his hands, he can't get back into that flow state. That state that he knows because he's an expert in what he does.
Yeah.
So that knocked him out of flow for a very long time.
So I just looked up habituation. Did you guys know this word? Did you know what it meant? I didn't. You knew what that meant? I didn't know what it meant.
What does it mean?
The diminishing of a physiological or emotional response to a frequently repeated stimulus.
Oh.
Okay, I see. So it's like when you get like numbed to something? Okay. All right, got it. I feel like I've heard that word before, but I didn't know what it meant, so. I don't like that when you become numb. Oh man, no good. You can't flow. I think that's what they were trying to say. You can't flow when habituation happens. Like those are flow breaking things. So habituation, like feeling like there's gonna be some kind of angry social, they called it social comparison.
Where did that come from?
Earlier in the last paragraph I read about
Read
ego.
that sentence with the habituation?
Yeah, I'll read the whole sentence. Yep. That's a good idea. For one, flow does not only tranquilize the ego, it thereby also avoids the happiness-reducing effects of habituation, invidious social comparisons, and unrealistic expectations.
Very cool. It would reduce the invidious part because you're actually doing a good job if you're in flow, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's no judgments, and then the unrealistic expectations. There's no, like, expectation, there's no judgment, you just there, doing the thing.
Doing the thing, exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And doing it well.
Yes.
And you gotta be doing it well if you're in flow.
Mm-hmm.
It's always done well.
Again, however, there is a hint of a dark side. If my interpretation of flow as a special case of the experience of expertise is correct, the activities yielding flow are mostly activities involving some kind of work. In a 500-year-old Protestant tradition to sanctify work, doing the work and becoming better and more efficient it is seen as a sign of moral goodness. The theory of flow provides an additional psychological justification for the idea that to grow with challenging work is a highly desirable thing.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too. If you have flow, do you also have like a moral compass? Or is it just flow can happen anywhere and in any situation? That was interesting.
Yeah, because I guess if you were like a highly trained assassin, you'd probably be in flow when you're killing people.
Yeah. Or bank robbery.
Yeah. There's no moral compass there. That's interesting. That was kind of a dark example there, because that makes me think, because it's like I always idealize flow, but then that example just made me think, oh, there's a form of flow. Because like highly trained, like even think about like our highly trained soldiers and stuff, like they're probably in flow. Like they practice something over and over again. They're constantly challenged. They're constantly yelled at, and constantly like they're probably in super flow. But like, are they happy? Are they free? Are they autonomous? Are they, their moral compass is like almost nothing. Like they're not told to have an opinion on anything other than just following your orders, right?
Well, I don't know. In Full Metal, they wanted them to have opinions.
Yeah.
But that's just a movie. I don't know. I feel like Marines have a lot of opinions, actually.
Yeah. What if they have an opinion that goes against the order they have? Are they allowed to have those kind of opinions?
I think that's different. Then there's many opinions. But going against your order is like, what do they call that?
Dishonorable?
Yeah. You might get discharged.
Yeah.
Or have a court case.
Yeah. Now there are an innumerable opportunities to seek flow. The list of activities we can engage in and build skills and become experts is virtually endless. What did the world look like to our hunter and gatherer ancestors? However, did they find flow? Were they happy? They lived before the Protestant era, and the data suggests that we call work today made up but a small part of their daily lives. I imagine that hunting and communal rituals can induce flow. But perhaps there was something else, something less strenuous, something like a basic joy of being. That's it. Yeah, that's all. And then he gives his little...
What does the nightcap say?
The nightcap says, after I gave a lecture on flow pretty much along the lines described in this post, one of the graduate teaching assistants came up to me and asked, how do you define flow? Like, hello? Sounds like something you would do, Faith. So, have you decided what's your act of flow that you're going to share with us?
Communicating. I already showed it. I was communicating with you.
Yeah, you were trolling in chat, yeah.
Trolling? Oh, I was communicating right now throughout the whole bill. I was thinking and communicating. I wasn't thinking that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would call that flow.
Well, I guess you could have a heart attack, I suppose. I don't know. That wouldn't be good.
What you want me to have a heart attack? Is that what you?
CPR,
And then you're gonna do
yes.
CPR? Okay, yes. If we were in a resuscitation level situation, I would hope you'd find yourself in flow state there.
Well, I'm in flow state when I play games, I can get in flow state. And when
Yeah.
I play my motorcycle, I can get in flow state.
So that's what I was thinking. We could get
These
your
are more
game.
like physical, like things that. I mean, we're not playing games up here. So.
We could.
But Norma's here,
Yeah.
and you don't have the thing downloaded. We can do it another day. But
Jim brought up a good point, and Norma, maybe you can relate with this. Because I feel like it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of related to what you expressed earlier. Jim says, I think I will avoid flow so I don't open myself to the disappointment of losing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know. But it's the same thing. You have loved and lost, but never to have loved and lost.
Right?
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you might not be able to turn it on and off, and that's disappointing, but you still experienced it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're always going to lose it. I mean, even the top achieving flow people in the world go out of it at some point, you know, they got to go to sleep or they got to, you know, have their lunch, like.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we go in and out of it.
You're asking for this flow on the spot. I was asking that from you.
Well, I've got something ready. I'm ready.
Whenever the, that Studious jam was playing at the beginning. And I said, flow now.
I could have, but, you know, like, I wanted to, you know, I wanted
That's
to.
why you had that anxious look on your face.
Am I anxious? Really?
Yeah, if somebody asked me, get in flow now. Unless there was a very serious event that needed me to be in flow.
Yeah.
Usually, you know, and if I have somebody bossing me around, you know, I usually am not like, oh yes, I'd love to. Unless it's more of a, like, collaboration. Like, if you're the lead, and you're like, we're going to assume this position, I'm like, alright. But if you're like, you do it now and you make fun of me, I'm like, okay, well,
You do it now.
you put me on a hot chair.
Hey, Bitcoin, you gotta get into the frame. There you go. Good boy. Good boy. All right, hey, yeah, we gotta change our scene, get to the beach. So, surfing's a flow activity for me. Definitely. That's why I like surfing so much. Because it's like, especially in the beginning, because like when you first try to surf, like you are not a surfer for like months until after you like first try. And going out regularly and getting in the flow with the waves and like building up your strength on the board and your like balance on the board until you're really able to like be a surfer. It takes a long time. So that's why a lot of people that like try to become surfers, they give up because you have to invest that time even in the beginning to just wipe out every day.
So people are able to just enter a state of flow with like a comedian in front of an audience. They're entering a state of flow, right?
So, yes, a comedian is definitely in flow. If they're vibing, like if they're like their ego is involved, and that's why comedians they flop sometimes because they're too much in their head and they're too worried about what's going on and their timing response is not so good. But like if they're really flowing, they've like practiced all their jokes so many times, they know exactly what they want to say and do and how to respond and like evolve to like what, you know, the audience is responding to them.
So your on-spot flow, no matter where you're at, you could do nunchucks. No matter where you're at.
Yep. See? I can get it set up.
Yeah. I don't think I have a flow thing that I could just do on the spot though. I don't think that because to me I just enter it in and I'm like feeling myself. Yeah.
I mean, I think like even if I...
Because I don't set like times. I'm like I'm gonna enter flow in now. I guess I'll be like I'm gonna enjoy this moment now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I want others to enjoy.
Yeah, so if I started spinning nunchucks, I would probably be in that state of just like enjoying the feeling. And I don't think I would really achieve flow state until like a few minutes in. Until like I really have like speed going on and I have a really good, feeling with the weight and everything. But I'll set that up. I'll definitely set it up. No fire tonight. The fire is next level, and so I think that's why a lot of people that do flow arts really like fire, because it's like, it takes it to that next level of difficulty. You always got to be taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I don't know if there would be anything I could do around here that would be
Not necessarily on the spot, but it is usually gets me. Like I can get slow dancing pretty easily, but I can't just be like.
This phone paired with 5G ultra wideband. Wow.
I'm trying to see flow. We have a Potter friend. He does flow. Maybe he's throwing something right now. No, not at the moment. Not at the moment. I could show you some live flow going on. All right, I'll get it set up. Faith, can you come pull down the fort while I get set up? Come on, Faith. Come on. Everybody wants to meet you. You guys want to meet my friend Faith? Tell her.
I'm in background Faith.
Your background Faith? No, what? I gotta get set up, so you gotta come.
Sunburned.
What?
I have a sunburned face.
That's good then. My face is also red. I've spent a lot of time in the sun today.
Alright, Norman, you're coming up here. Come on, let's go. I'm coming up here.
Oh, you guys are both going? Awesome. Here, Big Queen, you gotta come down. Alright, we have some friends coming on. I don't think you should go this way. And I'll go past. So yeah, you guys can come in.
She's just forcing me to come up here.
Yeah, flow in. Alright, you guys know Faith already. You know Faith. And this is our friend Norma. You guys want to introduce... Oh, Norma, you're kind of invisible on the beach.
Oh yeah.
Pretty cool. I didn't notice that before. That's the fun thing about green screen is like even if you got like a tint of it, it comes through. See, Jim says hi.
Hello. How's it going? Yeah, we've been sitting in the background over there eating chips, and it's been a good time.
And heckling.
Exactly. We've been talking about Norma's poetry and all the writing that she does, and how awesome it is, and how fast she can talk. And I can't do that. And I noticed she can do it, and I was like, I want you to be, a singer when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she was like, totally, yeah. And we had a great talk about that, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for her to do that. But I can't play any musical instruments, so I couldn't put her in the flow state right now if I wanted to.
What musical instrument would you want to play?
If I was going to play one,
Yeah.
I don't know. I would be more into sports though than playing musical instruments though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be good at a sport than at music. Because then music, you'd have to sit like in one spot in front of a whole audience, and you wouldn't be able to run and jump.
Yeah.
So any musical instrument you can run and jump with, I think that would be the
Yeah.
right one for me.
I'm like,
You could do that with a saxophone or a flute.
That's true.
Oh, I'm not gonna be a saxophone player. You
What
kidding
about a
me?
flute player? You could totally run with a flute.
Flute, yeah. Oh yes, a flute, exactly. Yes, I would definitely be a flute player.
Nice.
Because then I could, frolic around and play the flute. What about you? What would you do?
I would play the cello.
The cello? Mm-hmm. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Why is that?
I just love the sound. I think it's very emotive. So yeah, I've always wanted to learn the cello. I actually tried a little bit, but I'm a massage therapist too, so it was really bad on my hands.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
you gotta
yeah.
massage your hands
Yeah.
and stretch them out and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get calluses when you're learning strings, which don't feel so good. But yeah, I was interested in experiencing flow more.
I remember at camp actually we had to do calisthenics in the morning, and so we would do this, exercise our hands like that.
Yeah.
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 I don't know if you do that. Do you do that?
I don't have to, because
You don't have to.
I don't have to because I used to work 40 hours a week or so, so that was enough exercising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Kind of it turned out great, but it could have been potentially scary. Like my hand got caught in a car once.
Yeah.
And I just got a little tiny indentation because my hands were so.
Oh, I hate that when that happens.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to lose a fingernail because you've been yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ouch.
I'd rather be in sports. So, what sport would you rather be good at?
I consider dancing a sport, and that's
Yeah, that'd be
fun.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Like belly dancing then.
Yeah.
Because then
Any
you
sort
could
of
just
dancing. Yeah. I mean,
not
that's
use your
definitely
hands.
flow. One of the things I've kind of explored, but I wouldn't call myself an expert or have any sort of high school level.
That was so crazy though. I just thought belly dancing while looking
Yeah.
at you. Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's great.
That's totally flow, but massage therapy is flow.
It totally is.
Yeah, right? Even Reiki, that's all you're doing. You're
Yeah.
understanding the flow of energy and.
Yeah, when you were talking about being present and that's one of the first things. That is the first thing that was said in class. Beingness, they refer to it in that particular course. But the whole first weeks were about being in the present moment and how someone can tell. If you're working on someone, they can tell sometimes if you're thinking about your shopping list versus you're actually right there. And I mean, I don't think that's always true, but it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So true.
So then
But-
you just have to, spread out your thought, to think about many things at once,
Yeah.
and which would be flow exactly, because
Yeah.
you're moving and thriving at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't have to meditate really or focus on any sort of meditation, right? Because that's what I did for work. I considered, so everything was around that.
Uh huh.
You want to first work again?
Well, I really appreciate what you're doing, with people's backs, and hopefully not their bottoms.
Wait, you get butt massages. That happens,
Do you?
right?
Well, I mean, it's not the point of the massage, but
It's
yeah.
not the point of the massage. That's good.
Honestly, most people have the main things are neck and glutes. Because glutes, you don't really tell when they're tight, but you'll end up with all sorts of things go wrong, like your knees, your lower back. But yeah, that's a major one.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I guess Lisa enters flow state with bright lights in her face.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. I set it up. See, I like the sun. I need the sun on me, and then I really
Yeah, well, let's get this
flourish. Well, it's nighttime. Where's the sun at? With your
In the middle of the
nunchucks?
day.
Your nunchucking sun?
Look what he's building. It looks cool, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice of him.
Let's see.
So we're just gonna have to get Norma on a Twitch stream as well.
Yeah, Norma's
during
gonna
this
get it.
time.
You know, she's
'Cause
in
she likes
a.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah.
That's a straight like winner for me. So that'll be great. And then you can like not play that on your stream because then you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very true.
But SoundCloud, you can use SoundCloud music and then be able to do your poetry over it. So that'll be really great. I actually followed a rap artist on one of the Twitch streams here, and he raps like constantly for like hours on end, just watching videos of, you know, people walking through like a very crowded street in an international area. So I'm like, wow, yeah. And he just sits there and he'll just go
When I
and
go
go.
over there, let me see if you can see it clearly on that screen.
Will do.
Oh, okay.
Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So okay. We'll get you guys watching me flow. We'll make it. There we go. Oh, Bitcoin's gonna flow too. He wants to play with his little snowman.
That's very good. Now I just need some pizza and I'll be doing really great.
Pizza and cannolis. Bitcoin's excited.
Oh, she's in our background! Oh my god! Look at that, I have
Yeah.
Elise in my background. I've always wanted this, actually. This is a heaven sent. No, seriously, I need this. Now, if only I had, like, a camera. Be like, what? You know, taking pictures of things, right?
Yeah.
Make her feel uncomfortable and get the camera out. That'd be great. Where's the strobe light?
I'm like, will this work? No.
Oh yeah, maybe. Perhaps. See, Elise is now in flow state because she can also throw a dog a toy while she's flipping around some lights. Yeah.
Maybe it's uber flow state.
Uber flow state, yeah. Superb flow state. Exactly.
Oh, it's super cute how Bitcoin wants to play too.
Yeah, I had to get my Studious voice on. That's why. All right, let's see. Good job, Bitcoin. Hello. Nice chituri. What does that say?
I mean, it sounds.
Chikuturi. Chiki. Chikituri. Is that how you say it?
It sounds like
Chikuturi? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's charcuterie, but I think that's how you
Oh,
would
okay.
have a U.
And that's Casey Smith. And then my skill set is to get in a stream chat and sound sort of deep for short bursts. What does that mean? Like
I think the comments.
you
Like-
gotta be deep. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's great. Yeah, see,
And useful.
see, when I get on the stream, I want to be like
Hello.
clean.
So
How did that feel?
felt good. It always feels good. Is it like
Are you
small?
done? No, you're great. I loved it.
It's
So
looking good.
It's perfectly in frame here, and then like when you're behind us, it kind of cuts you off a little bit,
Okay.
right?
So
No, I don't know. I was just enjoying it, I guess.
Yeah,
I had no feedback for you. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I was just like, ooh,
You were
shiny
so
lights.
slow.
Shiny light.
this should be better.
Jim says that was great.
Oh, nice. Thanks, Jim. I've gotta turn the music higher.
Right.
That'll help. It will make it a little bit harder for you guys to talk, but you guys just, it's like being at a party, you know?
talk or
Yeah,
dance.
yeah. You do? You're not like just hanging out in the corner somewhere?
No. Yeah. It's like, yeah, if I go somewhere it's because I'm like, want to be in there.
Really? So you never like at a party where you know nobody? Or you know like one or two people and they're like kind of exploring or something and you're like stuck with...
I'm sure it's happened.
Has it happened?
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
new people.
Yeah. I like one-on-one conversations. So
Yeah.
that's for sure.
You want to brew some tea?
I could learn, but I
Oh, you haven't brewed tea?
not in this.
Oh, okay. Like, this seems a little hot, but it should be absolutely fine.
You mean this?
Do you want me to bring those brothers?
Yeah. I was just gonna take this one, but
I can't really because
you can't? You're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know
I'm
like
like,
the amount of crap I had to walk through. Don't step on the air.
oh,
Sorry, yeah. You got it? Oh, you can't. You're stuck. Oh, okay. Here, I got this. Which one do you want?
the blue one.
The blue one?
Thank you.
Taiwan. Last time was beautiful. Look at this one. Mouthful tea brings prosperity.
You see my water bottle way over there? It's like the exact same colors. I guess I haven't been.
Yeah, you're welcome. You should let that sit for it.
This is insanity.
Did you get a lot of like in your throat? You're like wetness,
Oh,
like
I
teeth and
didn't.
you didn't? Oh, okay, maybe
Yeah.
because I was drinking the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, right. I think it's okay.
It's hanging in there. I think the music thing is blocked through
Oh, do you want to see it all?
Yeah, but
Are you done?
Comments, yeah.
yeah, that's what the intention was.
Oh, he says he's gonna follow you.
Yeah. You need to do one then.
Yeah, you gotta.
You need to do it. See, I'm offset on it because I don't know how I feel about like what if I get too into streaming
Well, we'll find out
and
then.
then like because I want to see people face to face.
Yeah.
You know, I miss that. It's
Yeah.
valuable to me.
Yeah.
So streaming would just be not that.
All right,
Yeah.
Jim. I'll let you know what Norma's handle is her channel as soon as she gets live. For sure. Yeah. I'm a little out of breath. That's good though. I feel good.
Yeah.
I banged my arms a couple of times.
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm alright. At least it wasn't on fire, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good.
Especially indoors.
Yeah.
Welcome back to your domain.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Oh,
you guys are quite comfortable there, huh?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. Yeah.
No, you have a nice setup.
It's a different style, but you know. Me, I want to be like sitting in grass or something.
Yeah,
Take people
well-
out hiking or whatever.
You want to go for a hike right now?
It's the middle of the night.
I can take you for a hike. Oh, Jim, good night. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
definitely touch base soon.
Yeah, I'll let you know Norma's handles when she gets up. Her poetry's great. She's gonna be making a lot of great content, and we're gonna encourage her to do it. More and more and more.
Yeah, please.
Do more tea,
more?
more flow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, see nature.
Yeah. So Faith, you said you want to flow. We'll help you flow.
Oh no, I don't need help though.
I don't need help. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
Are you bored or are you anxious?
No.
No.
No, this is very good tea. Which one are you brewing again? What type of green?
This is a Darjeeling green. Oh, when did the mic come off? That's interesting. Thanks, guys. When did that turn off? I'm sorry, guys. It must have just turned off. Did we just get raided? Is that what happened? What? We got raided? Z Lucy, thank you so much. Someone's talking and lips are not moving. We gotta fix that, Faith. Can you help?
That's how I always do it. I always talk like I don't know what you're talking about.
That's the normal.
That's how, and then when the sun goes down, my voice goes deeper.
Yeah.
So if you get me in the morning, it goes higher. That's why I was saying, look, I'm turning into a monster after a certain sundown.
All right, Z Lucy. Hey, let me go say hi. I've never met your crowd before. I've got to come in and say hi.
Oh, skills.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If you wanna go out.
That's okay.
It's okay? All right, cool.
I think we're.
Hi
Show me a
guys.
little bit.
I'm Elise. Oh, zealously. Except for the Z is a J. Yeah, it's tricky this way. That's what I was gonna say the other way.
Got it.
You guys caught
Nothing's
us.
broken.
What thing?
I always said nothing's broken.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I just did that in
Yeah, we're talking about flow today, guys. We're totally talking about flow. My name's Elise. Welcome to my tea table. If this is your first time here, I have a tea room in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I stream on Twitch just about tea. All things tea. I run a software business. It's a wholesale marketplace, supply chain platform for independent tea farmers to get their tea around the world. And yeah, today I'm drinking a Darjeeling green tea, and every Friday night I stream to talk about the best life and what are things that we can do to get us on the path to the best life. Of course, everybody's best life is going to be totally unique, but you know, through a tea lifestyle, I believe that we can all find our own cool path to the best life. You guys drank a 2001 Zongcha. Nice. 10 infusions. That's a long time. You guys must have drank a lot of tea. Thank you. Okay, so it's pronounced like zealously, except for with a Z instead of a J. So jealously, zealous. Zealousy? Zealousy or zealous? Yeah, okay. Zealousy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, and I just actually took myself out of a state of flow, so I'm feeling a little, I was a little out of breath. I was getting myself. Cool, Lillian, drinking some Yunnan sourcing tea. Cool. Thanks, guys. Z. All right, I got Z. Thanks, Z. Thanks for rating me. Thanks for coming and having tea with me. Let's see. We went for a little hike by Faith's request. Hey, Faith? Faith?
Hey, what's up?
The mic can hear you.
Alright, cool. Good, they can hear how like I don't want to be up there right now.
Yeah, chill out. Drink some more tea. Drink some more tea. Are you okay? Are you angry? Do you want to express something to us?
I lost a good friend of mine, so I haven't been seeing them recently. And that doesn't give me a lot of energy for it. That's why I was wondering, like, in a flow state, when something really terrible happens to you, it's like, feels like a tragedy to you. Are you able to stay in the flow state? That's what I'm wondering. And I don't think so. It takes me time to recover from that.
From getting out of flow?
No, from just a tragedy that happened in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to focus. It's hard to focus. It's hard, you know, so the seven things that are required for flow. And I will tell you guys about the tea. I will. But let's go back to that. So, engaged in a doable task. Okay, that's pretty easy. Able to focus. That one's hard. If you've gone through tragedy or trauma, it's really hard to focus until you've processed that, you know? Yeah. Has a clear goal. Receives immediate feedback. Moves without worrying. So when you're dealing with trauma, fresh trauma, it's hard not to worry. It's hard not to, you know, have emotional blocks. Because yeah, flow state requires you to be totally just like, almost emotionless as well. Like you're selfless, emotionless. Yeah,
and
you're.
then also be like in your own zone, right? Because this is like your zone.
Yeah.
And I don't want to step in.
Oh no, it's fine.
Your Twitch stream, you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
dude, you were helping hold space because I had to go do my other flow,
yeah.
which worked. It worked out. Are you not feeling well?
No, because I just can't. I don't have the. You know how you saw me yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Like it only lasts for so long, and then I have to rest.
Okay. Yeah, take a seat. Yeah. Thank you for doing what you did, though. It was awesome.
Oh, no. Please don't thank me for that.
Oh, man. Yeah. So, guys, we're talking about flow. I think I made it up to the 5th. So then has a sense of control and has suspended the sense of self and has temporarily lost sense of time. So those are the 8 requirements to be in flow. And we could definitely be in flow drinking tea. Following all of those. Yes, I have a very large Gaiwan. I just had a freaking flash of deja vu. I totally just had the biggest flash of deja vu. Yeah, we can be in flow even the simplest tasks. So there's this article that we were reading as part of this exercise today that has this little chart here.
Yeah, so that's a hard thing.
So you've got your X and your Y. You have like a task that you're doing, the difficulty versus the skill needed for it. And flow state is where you have like the perfect balance of like challenging yourself with difficulty versus the level of skill that you have. So if you're doing a task that has a very low skill requirement, you can be in flow. You can be in flow here, you know? But then like as your skill gets higher, then you need to challenge yourself more to remain in flow.
See, that's not challenging. It's just that it's like not my thing. You know what I mean? When I'm heartbroken. Does that make sense?
No one's in flow when they're heartbroken.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Well, I mean, I think you might sometimes, if you really love something and it brings you that moment of joy, you know, or like you feel it, but you feel so relieved for it because for that split second you might find it. I think it's possible, but I think it's very hard, and that's I think why it feels like such a blessing or relief when we get like that deep belly laugh or like feel good even though we're heartbroken. Like I know this, I mean, this is kind of like a more physical aspect to it, but I have like a pretty deep scratch on my arm. And like all through when you were reading the article, like I'm trying to be in the present moment, but I have like this physical awareness of pain
In your
that
arm?
I can't really
But it's-
ignore, and so I would imagine emotional pain is just as deep. You
Well,
know,
see,
or
for
even
me,
deeper.
I trust Elise, so if I'm sitting back here and speaking to her, I'm not thinking about talking to strangers. I'm thinking about talking to my friend
Yeah.
Elise.
Yeah.
So I feel in a place where I'm sharing time with my friend.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm in front of people who I don't know, I would be like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
have the strength to give them happiness,
Mm-hmm.
and which I would like to give them. I would just not have the strength for that at the moment.
That's fine. You did it though.
Yeah.
You pretty much did it.
Yeah, but don't ask me to go up there
Okay.
and like it's just painful.
Okay.
That's why I don't stream. I don't like to show my face also because I feel like streaming should be about
Oh, we were out of water
not
the whole
about being a
time.
celebrity, you know?
Can I have that jug of
Yeah, of
water?
course.
The jug. The kettle. The kettle, thank you. All right, Faith, well, thank you for communicating boundaries. That's related to what we talked about last week of like communicating your boundaries,
Yeah. 'cause
regardless
my
of what
heart
you
seemed to
think the
drop.
consequences are of communicating those boundaries. So, blessings. Thank you so
Yeah, I
much.
do this for you because you're my friend.
No, but you're not going to do it ever again. You know what I mean? Like, until you consent to it and like proactively tell me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that this is, I don't know, I've never measured how large it is, but this is definitely the party guy one. Definitely the party guy one here. And I have it out because I have my two friends here, my two guests here. Usually I use a normal size teapot or guy one when I'm by myself, but I've got friends here trying to brew up more. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. How was your stream? So you guys were drinking some pu'er tea, some raw pu'er. I guess I'll drink some raw pu'er since you guys were enjoying the pu'er. Oh, well, you had a moonlight white, which actually earlier tonight someone was talking to me about purple white. So maybe I can drink some of that, but I'd have to go get it. Purple white might be a fun tea to try. And then I could even plug in my tea camera. I had to take out my tea camera because I was flowing. I was flowing with some nunchucks, and I had to plug in my other camera so I could get it. So yeah, this is y'all's first time here. I am happy that you guys are here. Thanks for stopping by. did you store that tea, Lillian, or did you buy it aged already? Because that could probably, sometimes storage really has a big effect on, like, if you've been aging something for 20 years, the storage has a huge effect on how it comes out. Good night, Lillian. Thanks for stopping by. Cool. So Z, you said you send out samples to people to drink? That's cool. That's awesome. And then you guys got it from... Okay, cool. And then you got that from Yunnan Sourcing. Good. Yeah. I'm kind of like that too. I send tea to a lot of my friends. A lot of streamers. Actually, if you guys stream and you want to taste some tea, I send tea to streamers, I'll even come onto your stream and we can talk about it together, or you can come to one of our virtual tea parties. So I've got a friend, Sam. We run a virtual tea house and we meet there. We actually meet there every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then we meet there again on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Pacific. And the Thursday stream, or the Thursday session is streamed. It is streamed. Let me go get that tea. I'll be right back. Yeah, it's fun to do the duo streams. Yeah, T-Fans. I bet you that's how we got... You know what? That's how we did get connected, because T-Fans, she rated you, and I was in her stream, and then I got to your stream. And then, coincidentally, a few days ago, I was talking to my friend T-Letter, Mike, in San Francisco, and he mentioned you. And he said, oh, you gotta know this dude. He's my T-friend. And I was like, hey, I'm already following him. And then I rated you a few days later. Yeah, I like Mike. Mike's a cool dude. He's a very cool dude. All right, I'm going to be right back, guys. Enjoy the beach view. Like this handful of tea directly from the thing. Get it in. Oh, you're meeting T-Letter tomorrow? Awesome. Tell Mike I said hello. Yeah, Mike and I are good friends. We've known each other for a while. He is a great tea person. He is an awesome tea person. I'm a big fan of his work. In fact, he was a part of one of my events. He was in, did a presentation for my first virtual tea festival, which happened in last April. We had 20 different presenters from around the world, and Mike did a presentation on tea ceremony. The tea world is small and well connected, that's for sure. That is for sure. All right. You guys can get my tea view now. So the tea we're working with here is a white tea coming from Purple Tea Leaf. This is from Nano Shan. Smell is quite earthy. It's beautiful. This is a beautiful tea. And I'm only drinking it because earlier tonight somebody recommended that I drink it. So I figured why not? Why not? So my water is just freshly boiled. I'm not super picky about my water temperature. I'm not super picky even about my brewing recipes. I am a very intuitive type of tea brewer, and I just go with the flow. So, I'm not trying to weigh anything or do anything exact. I encourage everybody to brew the tea they want to brew, because Gung Fu Cha ultimately just means to brew with great skill. And that doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the top expertise and experience and perfection in how you do things, but it's doing it to the best skill with the resources that you have available to you. And I've brewed a lot of tea, and I've felt a lot of different, mistakes or successes, and can now just use my intuition to just go with the flow and brew the best cup of tea I possibly can. That smells so nice. Slightly nutty. So the purple leaf is a natural, random genetic expression of the purple leaf, and it literally does have purple leaves. Let me see. Let me get a photo. I actually probably have some video I can show you guys of what it looks like. And so I say it's a random genetic expression because when you propagate a seed, there's a random chance that it would come out purple. So when you go through the forests of Yunnan, you will randomly see a purple tree. And sometimes you see them even large, very old purple trees. But when the market started to kind of, I guess the right word is like fetishize purple tea, and demand it, then they started to take cuttings and make clones from those purple plants, and then they monoculture those out so that they can get the, get the purple stuff. And then you had like movements in places like Kenya where they've just propagated out those purple plants in clonal form, and they're just processing it into like simple black tea. To be honest, like I don't find those teas to be particularly unique. I of course find the real unique, like wild purple, to be extremely unique. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see this. You see the kind of purple tint to it? It does have a slight tint to it. I mean, this is a white tea, so there's not really a lot of oxygen to it, just a limited oxidation, just a limited amount of oxidation that happened from harvest, to the drying process. But there's a color to it. Even in the liquor, you can kind of see like a purple tint. Just ever so slight, but beautiful, clean liquor, beautiful, vibrant. Beautiful white tea. But even in Yunnan, the purple leaf is typically only processed into black tea or like sheng style teas. So the strainer that I'm using, oh, thanks, Brill. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, this is just a simple metal strainer. These are actually very popular now. I think a lot of tea businesses, even in the US, are now carrying these. I found this in China a couple of years ago. It was the first time I'd ever seen it, and I bought a few of them. I really like it. But, I think the popularity of these spread fast once people started using them. All right, let's get this first cup in. Of course, drinking my tea from my favorite dye pottery cup. I just love that blue color. I just get lost in it. Oh, that's good. That's good. Definitely has the aesthetic of a white tea, just like really pleasant, like clay type texture on the palate, which I always find like really attractive and comforting in white teas. With a very like unassuming, gentle energy to it. And the purple definitely does give it a unique flavor attribute. It's hard to describe. It's really hard to describe. Oh man, it's not there. I'm trying to find like an old video. I'll find it now. Alright, maybe it's not a video, maybe it's a photo. Oh, this tea is just so comforting and gentle. Oh wow, I just felt like this like really cool energy wave through my body. But yeah, I'm trying to think this flavor profile. It's so unique, like with the purple, that purple taste. How to describe that? This is insane. I can't believe I didn't have any. Oh, I see. They're still loading all the photos. I have so many photos. I don't want to show you all of them. That's for a different stream. But I definitely have some video from Purple Tea Field. And the photo that I have, well, I have both wild purple, so I'm looking for those, but then also have the like the tidy style, which is the cultivated clonal, you know, kind of. It's not necessarily the greatest style of growing tea, but at least these guys do it organically. A lot of the tidy monoculture going on in Yunnan is not organic. It's not even that great quality, but it makes, you know, pu'er tea from the famous mountains more accessible to the market, all price points. Aw, thanks. Thank you. Yeah, the camera, not the greatest quality, the one coming down, but it's just a cool angle I like having. You know, stack several things instead of like trying to have multiple windows. I kind of like to stack them like that. So, Zealousy, are you in San Francisco in the Bay Area yourself? Oh, here we go. Let's see. So this is what a purple leaf looks like. You see the color? A little bit different than typically what we get with the tea. Usually the tea is like a, you know, kind of yellowish green, especially if it's been out in the sun. But here it's like got this like kind of deep purple look to it. Oh, you know, South Bay, cool, awesome. I lived in Silicon Valley or Mountain View for a few months when we first launched. You say lately the price to pu'er seems to be rocketing up in general, especially large factories. I mean, yeah, all the tea prices are always going up because it's a valued product domestically in China. So like the domestic market will drive the prices up. But we have an additional challenge going on right now with logistics. You know, like even you may not be able to get a container ship of tea over. You could get, you know, express carrier to send it over. But that's costing like 3 to 4 times more than what it usually costs right now because of the pandemic and all of the bottlenecks going on. All right, let's see. So this is just the shoot. You can see the purple color. It's really beautiful, but this is coming from like a clonal field. So this is not coming from like wild. So they cloned these purple plants from the wild purple bush. So you can see here, just the tips come out purple. A lot of times the rest of the tree like has like the purpleness is really subtle. I got some photos of the whole field. There's Mr. Lee showing us what they would, you know, harvest. for making their tea. They typically only make black or some pu'er tea. So this white tea was like a special commission that me and my friends had requested. And it came out quite interesting. Even the farmer was like, oh yeah, there's me in the tea field. It's much bigger than that. There we go. There we go. Now you can see. This is like clonal. This is what's called tidy in Chinese cultivation terminology. It's an efficient way to grow tea, but it's also, you know, it's kind of cheating. You know, depends on what you call cheating. But there are wild purple trees, and you can ask farmers to make tea from those trees. But unless you know the farmer and you like go there and watch them do it, most of the time they're gonna get their purple tea from, you know, fields like this. And the taste is different. The taste and the energies, they're all different. Well, guys, so you guys want to meet my dog? You want to meet my dog? My dog's quite famous here on this channel. Bitcoin says he wants to come meet you. This is Bitcoin. He's a tea dog. He is our CFO as well as our head of security. Yeah, I don't know about aging either. You know, the whole trend around purple tea is a really modern phenomenon. Like even, you know, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, farmers would just harvest everything together. They wouldn't separate the purple tea. Like they didn't start, yeah, this is Bitcoin. He's a good boy. He's a little tea pup. He hangs out. He's a cutie. His name is Bitcoin. We're big fans of Bitcoin here. As you can see in my chachi here, I keep multiple tokens of Bitcoin. So I've got my gold coin, which Bitcoin is very fond of, and then our poker chip. A little Bitcoin poker chip, among all of our other things. Bacon rock. It's a very important item on the tea table. This is quartz with some deposits of ferrous in it, and it's been cut to look like a piece of pork belly. It definitely belongs on my tea table. And there's our heart shape. I won't show it because this guy will go crazy for it, but this is like a random miracle heart-shaped chicharron, fried pork skin. And I just loved it because it's in that perfect little heart shape. Yeah, so the farmers that are there in Nanoshan, as well as dozens of other farmers all around the world, we have a marketplace for them to list their products to sell wholesale, which we then supply to various tea shops and tea businesses around the world. Oh, that's interesting. You had a 2007 raw pu'er that tasted like pickle juice and later lemonade. It was unpleasant to say the least. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, 2007. I don't know if purple tea was really taking off by then, you know, because like the farmers we work with, they said that they didn't start harvesting the purple leaf separately until just a few years ago. But I guess maybe the trend had started from back then already. But the farmers, they used to just harvest everything together. They just blend everything together. But this tea is definitely good. This is a special one. It's still like, it's still clinging to the palate. Like, very interesting, very full in its body. Very nice. Very, very nice. Huh, Bitcoin? It is very nice. It is very nice. All right, I'll go in for another steep. I probably probably should heat my water again. Get that hot water to make that hot tea, huh, Bitcoin? Huh, Bitcoin? Hey, Zealousy, have you ever met T Games and Star Stuff? He is a streamer from Germany. Very interesting guy. He's streaming. Check him out. T Games and Star Stuff. I think it's all just one word. He streams, he'll be streaming tomorrow morning at like 11 o'clock our time, and Saturdays is his like heavy tea stream. But yeah, I'll type in his username. Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't have all my commands set in, but yeah. T Games and Star Stuff. And there's another streamer out of Canada. His name is Canadian Android. Canadian Android. I am all about getting all the tea communities linked up together. He also has a tea business. Well, Tea Games and Star Stuff did have a tea business. Actually, he was one of the co-founders of Paper and Tea, which is actually a very high-level specialty tea shop in Berlin. He's no longer with that company, and he's no longer professionally working within tea, but he is certainly still into tea, and he streams about tea, games, and Star Stuff. He wants to build a tea house where that's all you do. You drink tea, play games, and look at the stars. So he's trying to like build that community on Twitch first, which is cool. Yeah, go check him out. And then Canadian Android, he's kind of new to tea, the business of tea, but he's a cool dude. He actually comes to this stream often, so I'm surprised he's not here. I think Friday nights. Yeah, Friday nights is when he's come before. Have a lot of fun. Bitcoin's made himself comfortable here. Hi, baby. Yeah, I'll probably be at Tea Games and Star Stuff stream tomorrow morning, so maybe I'll see you there. Maybe I'll see you there. Oh yeah? Do you want to go? You want to be there? He just wants a treat. I'm actually probably gonna go soon. Yeah, my guests, they went out to get some fresh air, so I should go check on them. Yeah, guys, I hope that you find your way to flow the best way that you can. Drinking tea can certainly help you get there. And just as a recap, I think, yeah, I'll go over the article again one more time. So I'd read this article about, you know, happiness and flow and what we can do to help ourselves better get to that space. Hi, everyday meat. So, in a state of flow, a person is engaged in a challenging task, working away, making progress while being fully absorbed. Right? So, the 8 conditions necessary to be in flow. If you ever want to like check yourself and see if you're in flow, these are the 8 things that you should be looking for. And this is all coming from Psychology Today, so it's all you know, peer-reviewed articles that they wrote this from. So the first condition is engaged in a doable task, is able to focus, has a clear goal, receives immediate feedback, moves without worrying, has a sense of control, has suspended the sense of self, and has temporarily lost a sense of time. So those are the 8 conditions to check if you're in flow. If you are not meeting one of these conditions, then you're not in flow. It's necessary that you're on all 8 of these conditions to be in flow. And this other little chart, a flow chart, if you will, like that's not my joke. That's literally in the article. It's the article's joke. But in this flow chart, you'll see that as difficulty increases, your skill level needs to increase. But you got to have the right balance between skill and difficulty in the tasks that you take on in order to be in a state of flow, because the state of flow is here. If you are too skilled for the task, you'll be bored. But then if the task is too difficult for your level of skill, then you'll have anxiety. But in the middle will be flow, and it has been said that happiness is associated with this state of flow. So yeah, I'd like to encourage you guys all to get yourself more in touch with the flow state, maybe study up more on it. I'll put this article in the chat, so if you guys want to check it out. But yeah, every Friday night I come on and we talk about the best life. And today I wanted to talk about how flow can help us get to the best life. And if we're going to pursue happiness, then pursuing flow should be the task that we're focused on versus the happiness, because the happiness is a product of being in flow. And I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And next week I will be streaming again. Mondays, as always, I do our series called Dignified Hospitality. On Tuesdays in the evening, we do Tea and Art, where we are doing live improvised art while drinking tea, of course. And then on Wednesdays, I host our Constitution study group. Thursdays is Tea Talks, and that's the virtual tea room. And actually, Zealousy, really quick, I'd like to show you this magical tea room, just so, and if you guys want to come right now, if you're at a computer and you can go to a Chrome browser, you can join me in the tea room right now, like real quick. We can say hi. So if you go to that link, it'll take you to, what is going on there? Something happened to my camera. Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to fix this after the stream is done. Just deal with me, guys. You'll go to this website, topia.io/teahouse. And again, on Thursdays at 2 p.m. Pacific, we all meet here. It's a very public forum. Of course, have to be over 18, agree to the terms, which, you know, is just basically that you're going to give them access to your camera. Let's see, I'll just use that. And this is our tea house here. You can move around. You got your little topi here. You can move around, and when you come into close proximity to another person, their camera and audio will come on. And so we can make our way to one of the tea rooms, like here, and sit around the table and all chat with each other, drink tea and chat with each other. So we do that on Thursdays. And then Fridays is the best life segment, where I always talk about having the best life. Yeah, that's interesting. Something just happened to my camera. Whatever. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna sign off. And yeah,